So there's people out there who are sexually attracted to children and are now getting together to try and convince us that it's okay. Hello, welcome back. You've seen the title. I'm not going to mess about. This is crazy. I can't believe I found this online. It started, I'll tell you how I found it. Saw a video related to Libs of TikTok, because obviously that's what my YouTube feed is now. And they were talking about the MAP pride flag, right? So they're trying to get a pride flag set up for minor attracted people, pedophiles, nonces, child abusers, sex offenders, as we would call them. MAPs in their terminology, because they're trying to destigmatize it, right? So they're trying to set up a pride flag for them people. So I thought, surely this isn't true, surely this is fake. Did a bit of research, looked around, and turns out, yeah, it's a real thing, and there's even like an explanation for why. So if this website is real, which I sincerely hope it isn't, but it might be, yeah, this is mad. So for each individual following this strategy guide, there will be a toll on your mental health, and you need support in place. So they know that it's bad. They know that they're going to enter a war. So they're trying to spin a narrative. Look, any goals around an ideology and rights are not a direct part of this movement, as this particular movement is to lay the groundwork for that, presuming rights to mean destigmatization of attraction, support, humanization. Examples. So they want to spin a narrative to destigmatize their attraction to children. And also people will automatically hear they want sex with kids. If we put minor attracted and rights together in the same sentence, we need to find positive ways to say this that people will listen to and hear what we actually want, not project what they think we want onto our words and real positions. In other words, we need to make our narrative as spin proof as possible to ensure the message that we want to send is the one people are hearing. So there's people out there who are sexually attracted to children and are now getting together to try and convince us that it's okay. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's mad. It is mad. I will link this site in the description because I want you guys to just, if you feel up to it, because honestly, it's taken me 2 days to make this video because I felt sick to my stomach reading through it. And I phoned my friend up, Ryan, shout out Ryan, for listening to me on the phone rant for 10 minutes because I was so angry that that it even exists. I was talking to my fiance about it and she said, can you not get the website taken down? This is what I do for a living, websites are like my bread and butter. No, you can't, because I don't think they've broken a law here. So this is guidance on how to be a nonce, but it's not illegal. That's the world we live in. Do you know what I mean? So they're even trying to use military strategy to help them get their message across by spinning this narrative, right? Know your enemy. Know what people who want to stigmatize us will say ahead of time, and know what kind of arguments they will use. Emotional based propaganda, not logical arguments. There's no logical argument. If you came to me as a nonce, I would logic the fuck out of you. There's no logical reason to put your penis inside a child. There isn't one. I would logic fuck out of you, right? It's got nothing to do with emotions. There's studies that show that children that have been sexually abused are fucked when they're adults. A lot of people that end up with like societal problems, like if they become like serial killers or murderers and stuff like that, a lot of them were abused as children. So it's got fuck all to do with propaganda. This is what I'm saying. This is the language that they're trying to use to try and manipulate us to make them feel better about themselves so that they can nonce more proactively. That's the end game. It's not like the destigmatization is merely a step on the way to the end game. And the end game is them fucking children whenever they want because the kids said they wanted to, because kids can consent. It's honest to God. It blows my mind. It does. Divide and conquer. Know how this strategy can be used against us and already is being used against us by trolling, both obvious and not so obvious, and realise that not every social media account is who they say they are. The goal of the enemy is to divide us against one another. So people that want to fondle children see us as the enemy. So they know we're protecting children. They know that what they're doing is wrong against children, because why would we be the enemy? Honestly, it blows my mind, this stuff. And then this person's a bit weird, but protect the medic. Protect your healers from any enemy influence. Protect the mental health of our most hard-hitting advocates. So So basically, in English, we need to protect the mental health of the most prominent paedophiles and maps. We need to protect their mental health in order to get our agenda across. Watch your flanks. Do not fall into the trap of getting so focused on one aspect that you miss the entire picture. The entire picture is trying to get to the point where, like, people can molest children. Psychological warfare. People will try to use this against you. Beware of what this is. Gives a link to Wikipedia for psychological warfare. Knowledge of power. Knowledge is power. Think of all information as valuable and use it. Talk about it and share it wherever you have the opportunity. Do not fully commit. This is a little more difficult, but essentially you do not want to fully commit most of your forces to any assault. So, like, it sickens me, honestly. I thought after a couple of days I'd be composed enough to make the video, but I'm struggling. I'm struggling to not be angry. And, like, basic starting principles, this is the bit where I'll probably lose my shit, because this is the whole premise of this video is this part, right? The principles of this strategy guide to remain safe and free from severe harassment or worse are as follows. This is not a guide to hiding from government or law enforcement and will never be published as such a guide, right? Have you ever noticed, right, on a quick side note, whenever somebody gives you financial advice, then they say, this is not financial advice, right? The reason that they have that disclaimer, the reason that disclaimer exists is because they know that what they're about to say or have previously said could be misconstrued as the thing that they disclaimed against, right? So I don't mean to be racist, but is a disclaimer for you about to be racist. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is not a guide to hiding from governments or law enforcement and will never be published as such. Little legal disclaimer, that's what that is. But then proceeds to make a guide on how to hide from governments and people and to be seedy as fuck online, right? Right, back to it. Practice good internet security and safeguard your sensitive information carefully. Avoid using services like Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, etc. Opt for better email providers like Tunata or ProtonMail and switch over if you can. Ensure you are pseudonymous, safeguarding your identity and safeguarding your responsibility. No real names, make it meaningful to you, but be sensible, or use a name generator until you find one. So he's instructing you to make a fake name, to go online and make a fake name so you're pseudonymous, so you've got a pseudonym, right? That tip about emails, use a separate one for your real life identity. So he's telling you to make another separate account so that it's not traceable to you. Sounds like you're hiding from people to me. Do not use a nickname that is anywhere tied to your real identity. Also sounds like hiding to me, right? Get to know people for months before you even think about identifying yourself or your specific location. Stick to states, countries or territories, not cities, towns, villages. Even if you know that, even then, know that once you share this information with somebody, you cannot take it back and they can share that information. Make sure that you really know who they say they are. Avoid pissing off those people. Does this sound like a government hiding handbook to you at the minute? Is that because that's what it sounds like to me. Never click shortened links. If you choose to be on social media as a map, then know that your posting styles and your real map accounts can be easily compared. So if you write on your map account in a certain way grammatically, and then you write on your real account in a certain way grammatically, they can be cross-referenced and checked. So he's even giving you advanced tips on how to mask your identity when using social media. This is a paedophile advising other paedophiles how to hide on Facebook. Jesus, right? I can't get over this. Whew, right? With that being said, social media is not required. Stick to known and trusted communities. Even if you disagree with their philosophies, build bridges and love, not strife and animosity. Help your fellow maps, virtuous paedophiles and map support club. Run secure operations with knowledgeable people. Do you know what I mean? Secure operations, they've got little secret underground meetings and that going on where all the nonsense get together and discuss how they touch Timmy. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Control the narrative on our terms, not society's. This is about the spun narrative, you see. Play by what works to catch the kind of attention we want. Do not operate with the line that any publicity is good publicity. In our case, this is not true. So they know that what they do is bad because they are trying to deliberately hide the bad stuff and promote just the good stuff. This is them pushing an agenda, and the end goal is to fiddle with children. That's the end goal. It's mad. It really is. It really, really is. Stop fighting battles that are currently not feasible. Pitch a military strategy. You don't want to get caught up in a long gun battle. You want to strategically control the battle. Arguing with trolls in long drawn out threads, right? And then using text only options of spreading the word. Talk to people in your real life with small conversations. Feel out who you can come out to and who you cannot. publicly nitpicking the words of paedophile, paedophilia, especially in news reports. There will be a time for this later, but you must correct email. You must correct email the media organisation before you complain on social media. If you really must correct, email the media organisation before you complain on social media. Use minor attraction and keep minor attracted people. No, not going to happen. If you see what you've just done there is exposed to me and all my viewers. That's what's happened here, guys. Right? This man has just exposed to me and to you. Right? If you see somebody advocating for the use of the word map, they are immediately sus. They are immediately big red flag above the head. Oh, they could be a paedophile, because why do they want to destigmatise it? Do you know what I mean? Because it's only people that feel stigmatised that want to remove the stigma. Do you know what I mean? So women aren't fighting for men's rights. And black people aren't fighting for white people's rights. Because they only want to remove the things on them. Do you know what I mean? Stop fighting battles that are currently not feasible. Text-only options, public nitpicking. Nitpicking facts. The facts are not what most people think based on their decisions. They base their decisions on emotion. No, I don't. It's not on emotion. Like, you are a sick motherfucker. I hope you kill yourself. No, see, that's extreme. I just think you should be away from children. I think if you know that you're a paedophile, the best thing that you could do as a paedophile is to move to like an elderly retirement village where there's no fucking children. Like, go somewhere where there's no kids, or move out in the middle of the woods and just try and be alone, because like, you can't turn your sexual urges off. You can't turn them off. Once a paedophile, always a paedophile. I will always be a straight man. Do you know what I mean? I'll always be a straight man. I'll always like women my age, similar to my age, which is quite scary. Because that means when I'm 60, I like 60-year-old saggy granny titties, because I like women close to my age, because I'm 30. I couldn't get with a 22-year-old or younger, 23-year-old or younger. They're so immature. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But you can't turn it off. So once you are, you are. And you will be indefinitely, indelible, until you die. So you just need to be away from them. What you want to do here is, based on this document, is you want to get less stigmatized so you can be more in society, so you've got more access to children. That's what it sounds like to me. Use clear communication. Never use acronyms or jargon when you can spell out meaning clearly and consciously. Minor attracted people, not maps. Non-offending, not no. You see, non-offending, it doesn't matter, you see, because in my mind it's the thought that's the problem. It's Orwellian as fuck, but it's like you're guilty of a thought crime. Like, as fucked up as that sounds, that's the way I see it. Like, you shouldn't even be thinking about it. If you're thinking about it, you know you're going to do something stupid. Like, if you think about murdering somebody, you should move away from that person that you're thinking about murdering. You should remove yourself, because only you know that you're thinking that. So, I don't understand how non-offending is supposed to be a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, patience and lots of it. Keep the end goal in mind. See how they're talking about the end goal, and they never tell you what the end goal is. They've said a couple of times, like the long game, long-term strategies, the end goal, keep your eye on the target and all this stuff. Don't get caught in all these small battles. Not once have they specified what the end goal is. Because what is the end goal of destigmatizing paedophilia? What is the end goal? Fucking hell. Stop arguing. It doesn't work with most people, especially me, motherfucker. Come to me, you're getting checked. Check someone's profile before you respond. I don't have one. I don't exist on social media. I am a ghost. I only exist here, really. When I say short term, I mean the process that will take anywhere from months to years, depending on how smoothly it goes. I can't read it anymore, guys. I can't. Gives you stuff on how to come out to people and stuff. Like, part of the long-term strategy is picking a good year to do a worldwide coming out day, in which people will come out as minor attracted people publicly. Do you know what, right? I'd rather you do that. I'd rather you do that, because my favourite kind of racist is an obvious one, because I know to avoid the motherfucker. My favourite kind of bigot is a clear one, right? It's the easiest way to avoid them, right? Because I'm the kind of dude that's like, live and let live. Oh, you hate all black people, right? You do you, but don't talk to me ever again. I'm that kind of person. So if you are overtly hateful or fucking strange, I'd rather know that so I can avoid you. So if you want to come out as a minor attracted person, that's sweet. That just means if I ever see you near a school, expect a whooping. Peace.